for the moment. I just gave her a 3-minute timeout.
ところでサトコ、緊急の呼び出しってのは野球ってことなのか？
ええ、そうですわ。ご家族でホームパーティーだったんですって。悪いことをしましたわね。
Jesus. Okay. So we truly are gonna have like a baseball episode. Man, like the early 2000s was surely quite something for visual novels. Like baseball matches and sports matches like all over the place. We had Clanad, we had Moveloof, we have this, and a bunch of other visual novels that doesn't cross my mind.
でもこういう時は家族よりも仲間の危機の方が最優先と決まっていますのよ。
I feel like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here.
それでその危機的状況というのはどんな具合なんだ？ 6 対7ってことは負けてるのがうちのチームってことか。ん？9回の裏で2アウト？なんだこの試合もうほとんど終わりかけてるじゃないかよ。
圭一さんがもっと早く来ればもう少し余裕がありましたのよ。ここまで引き伸ばすのにどれだけ苦労したとお思いですの？
What the fuck? Like, what makes you think that Cage is gonna be able to win this?
分かったよ悪かったよ。んで俺の仕事はなんだ？ピンチヒッターでもやるのか？ならば任せろ。こう見えても俺引っ越す前は結構バッティングセンターに通ってたんだぞ。親父が憂さ晴らしに行くときよく付き合わされてさ。ミートバッティングだったらそこそこの自信が。
Vroom! A tremendous sound right out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball.
ちょっと待ておい。今の凄まじい剛速球は一体なんだ？
驚いた？うん。あれ、本物の甲子園ピッチャーなんだよ。
甲子園 level?
スポーツ新聞でも有名な高校野球のエース。左腕の亀田くんって知らない？
甲子園? Maybe you meant kosher.
悪いけど知らん。で、ミヨン！お前、なんだよ、その格好は！
Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. What the fuck happened? Just what on earth happened?
途中から来た圭一くんには最初から説明がいるよね。
お、なんだ？リカちゃんはもういいのか？
可愛いのいっぱい楽しんだよ。ほよほよでやわやわでふにふに。
Rena is just like me for real, for real.
ほっぺだけでご飯3杯はいける。みー、もうお嫁に行けないのです。
Oh no. Rika lost her innocence. I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. I know, right? Your cheeks are so pinchable. It almost flipped my own delusional switch. I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. No, you're not.
じゃあ説明を頼む。何をどう間違えたらこんな草野球対決に甲子園ピッチャーのリリーフが登場するんだ。
Everyone exchanged glances. Then Rena spoke for all of them.
うん。最初はね、普通の野球対決だったの。
ひなみざわファイターズと沖宮タイタンズはささやかながらも因縁の対決でさ。
Okay.
今回もささやかに大盛り上がりしてたわけ。
まあ平たく言えば学校対決ですわね。ひなみざわと沖宮の学校の因縁試合なんですの。因縁って言ってもまあ和気あいあいとしたものなんだけどね。
で、それになんでうちの部活メンバーが参加してるんだ？ユニフォームを着てるやつもいれば私服のやつもいるし、そもそも俺たちって野球部ってわけじゃないだろ
Yeah, that's right. Like, what the fuck?
つまり、割といい加減なの。
今日たまたまチームに欠員が出たって言うんでさ。それじゃあせっかくだからって言って急遽私たちが乱入することになったってわけよ。
Alright. I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue. Whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school.
リカちゃんに聞いた話だと最初のうちは押しまくってたらしいじゃないか。
ミーはすごいバッターなのですよ。右へ左へホームランなのです。
Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically. Oh.
ええ、ミオンさんが登場するたびに走者一掃の大ホームランが飛び出すんですの。サトコと違ってちゃんとバットにボールが当たるのですよ。リカミー。
まあなんとなく話は分かった。あの甲子園ピッチャーが登場するまでは楽勝ムードだったというわけだ。
そういうこと。序盤は完全にうちのチームの流れでね、点にはならないまでもガンガン出塁して攻めまくってたんだけどね。
たまたまね、今日の試合にあの亀田くんが見物に来てたの。
Apparently, Kameda attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And this man known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
亀田は小さい頃沖宮タイタンズにいたことがあるのだそうです。
話は見えてきたでしょ。昔のチームが劣勢になって、つまりそれで飛び入りでリリーフ登板することになって、もうバッタバッタよ。出塁はおろかファールも打てないありさまなわけ。
でも甲子園ピッチャーの乱入なんて草野球の試合でずるいですわよ。
All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa fighters' uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Is anyone here a classmate? Is that Tomura and... Isn't that Tomita and no... Do we have like Tomita and Okumura there as well? Oh, I see. The only school in Hinamizawa after all. Yeah.
お、富田くんに岡村くんじゃないか。
Yeah, there you go.
君たちも野球チームだったのか。
前原さん。
His uniform was brand new, and not very dirty, fresh out the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see. Their families came to root for them in their debut game today. Oh, these sweet babies.
岡村のバットは今日のためにお父さんがプレゼントしてくれたそうなのですよ。
The brand new bat sparkled. That kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
いっぱい今日のために素振りとかしてきましたのよ。富田さんなんかやりすぎて手の皮がむけちゃって、ほら気の毒に。
Oh, his torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, he could sense his backbone. Alright, well, now you learned. Now you're gonna handle that baseball a lot better in the future, Okumura. Okay, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a little one. Yeah, for the girls too. Vroom! The savior of the Kinomiya Titans would hear the sounds of this Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass-locked game. Grudge match thought it may have been. Grudge match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was too.
あいつ、こいつら相手にも本気で投げやがったのか。
レナはこんなの大人げないと思う。
Rena's eyes grew harsh. You took a lot to get around mad. As for Tomitaku and Okumaru-kun, they were sniffing, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from it. I turned around, and this left-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly.
Toいうわけよ。こうなったらやるしかないでしょ。実戦態勢で。
Yeah, look at him. He seems so special. Like, he even has his own sprites. We gotta take him.
ああ、どうやら本気で行くしかないな。
Unless it is the same person, right? Like that guy from before that we've seen. Irie was his name?
でね、
Kameda Irie?
本気で言ってみたの。それでみーちゃんが大自爆して。
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain.
自爆って一体何をどう自爆したらこんなに大怪我できるんだ？
説明するととてつもなく長いですわね。一つ言えるのはここまでして戦果なしということくらいですわね。
ここまで体を張ったのに一点も入れられないなんて。
せっかくの秘策も台無しでかわいそかわいそなのです。
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was. But he has to have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. Oh, poor thing. Let me just hug you and give you some head pats too, because you deserve them.
でもまあ失敗したおかげでまだ野球でいられるんだろ。
ちょっとみーちゃんの奥の手は野球らしくなかったと思うかな。こうなっては仕方ないでございましょう。ここは正々堂々野球らしく決着をつけるしかないということですわ。
そうそう。野球らしく蹴りをつけないとね。
I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily.
野球らしくってのが引っかかるぞ。野球らしく見えれば手段は問わないってことだろ。
私たちの部の信条だしね。そういうことですわね。手段を選ばないことこそ我が部の美徳でございましたよ。
Ren and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
でもカメラがずらーりといるからなかなかズルはできないのです。
Orika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
そうそう。それがネックだったんだよ。これだけの囚人監視があるとなかなか大胆な手が取れないし。いてててててて。
みーちゃんの手は決しておしとやかだとは思わなかったけどな。
Satoko and Orika-chan both nodded behind Ren.
じゃあここで本題に戻るぞ。今我がチームは1点差で負けてるんだよな。
しかももう9回の裏でアウトも2個取られちゃってるの。
おじさんの作戦がうまくいってれば今頃は満塁のはずなんだけどな。
失敗した作戦を嘆いても始まりませんですのよ。へこたれず次の手を打ってこそ我が部でございましたよ。
Alright. I don't know jack shit about baseball. Do not come at me with baseball terms because I'm not gonna understand any of this. Just tell me what to do and we're gonna be able to succeed this like lickety spit. Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another.
サトコがなかなか威勢がいいじゃないか。ってことは何か奥の手があるってことか？
ケイチくん、この子を誰だと思ってるのかな。サトコちゃんだよ。北条サトコちゃん。
That was right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment. The very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko.
私が仕込んだとはいえ末恐ろしく成長してくれたもんだよ。僅差を制することに関しては私でも舌を巻く時があるね。
ちなみに次の打者がミーで、その次の打者がサトコなのです。
Can Mion even do anything at this point? Shouldn't she just be sitting, like, on a bench or something? We were losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on the base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Sato?
ねえ、勝てそうな気がしてきたでしょ。
どういう仕掛けか想像もつかんが、絶対何かの罠だと断言できる。俺が敵のピッチャーなら絶対に敬遠だ。
There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do.
そのサトコが俺を呼び出した。なるほど。読めてきたぜ。
It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
ワクワクするね。
So we're not gonna do like any hit here? In that case, why are we even here? Like, what is it that we're gonna fulfill in Satoko's trap?
サトコちゃんどんなことをするのかな。
Kana?
僕もサトコのさよならホームランが楽しみなのです。
そのためにはケイちゃんの働きが欠かせない。わかるね。これが逆転の最後のチャンス。絶対に失敗できない。
おう、分かってるぜそんなことを。見てろ、俺とサトコででっかい大逆転を拝ませてやるぜ。
ではケイチさん、これから手順を説明しますわ。ちょっとお耳を拝借しましたよ。
Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious.
前原さんと北条は何を話してるんだろう。委員長みたいにとんでもない奥の手で自爆しないことを祈るよ。
Our teammates, Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun, seemed very nervous. Ruana gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
大丈夫だよみんな。サトコちゃんとケイチくんならきっとやり遂げてくれるから。
でも竜宮さん、相手は甲子園級のピッチャーなんですよ。いくら北条が得意の罠にはめようとしても。
Yeah, I don't care if he's a kosher pitcher.
まあみんな黙って見てなって。面白いゲームが見られるからね。
Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire.
代打が出ます。
Like, you know, it really puts into perspective like the last chapters and possible future chapters. Every single one of the girls, like, in our circle, they are dangerous by themselves. So them becoming our enemies, that's bad. Rena in the first chapter, Mion and Shion in the second. Satoko is gonna send us through so many traps somehow. I don't know how, I don't know in what context. It's gonna be bleh.
私、園崎美音に代わって前原圭一で。
本当に彼で大丈夫なんですか？
The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter, who had jumped in with a gold club.
ケイチくんは甘く見ない方がいいですよ。
The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Sato's plan was definitely simple, but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to our calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Sato was the last batter. It even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. Right now, there had been a long timeout since I got here. And during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kameda-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. So maybe she gave him a laxative somehow, calculated to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kameda-kun, there he was. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass lot game like this, and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that's how he wanted to appear. However, his relaxed state was itself our challenge. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I too casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kameda-kun was doing his business at the pharmacy. I went to the one next to him. Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kameda-kun seemed to notice me. I stood right next to him after all.
なんだ、誰かと思えば大ピンチヒッター様じゃないか。
Okay, so it's not the same guy that we've seen before, the one with the Sprite. He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. I'm the one who should be laughing.
Keiichi-kun, うまくやれるかな？大丈夫でしたよ。
What in the world is he gonna do? Is he gonna pee on his pants? Is that what he's gonna do? Oh god.
本気のケイイチさんならこんなの朝飯前ですわ。
Or I guess a much safer option would be like once they go together and wash their hands at the sinks, Keiichi is just gonna grab some water with his palms and just throw it on Kameda's pants and such. He cannot just walk out there with his pants like all wet. That would be quite embarrassing. Tomita-kun and Okumao-kun, our classmen, asked another question with much trepidation. But that would be too obvious that it was an all-out attack, and the news would know about this. It has to be an accident.
本当に前原さんはあのピッチャーを攻略できるんですか？
あんたたち、ケイちゃんと同じクラスで生活してて何にも感じないわけ？彼はね、ゆくゆくはあの力で世界を制するかもしれない。ケイちゃんと組めば世界制覇は容易だな。
世界？
Our teammates exchanged glances. Did my brother senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kameda-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say.
悪い。ちょっとよく聞こえなかった。もう一度言ってくれるか？
I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more, clearly.
もう一度だけ言う。俺たちを勝たせろ。
Right to the point. No threats, or beating around the bush, or anything. Kameda's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I'd said, and I could clearly tell he was confused.
バカも休み休み！俺たちを勝たせろだ！お前正気か！
俺からの要求は伝えた。返事はどっちだ？イエスかノーか？
そんなの迷うまでもない。誰がお前らを勝たせるもんか。お前の頭は少し変じゃないのか？
Kameda didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom.
亀田君、君にとって勝利は何だ？
決まってる。尊く絶対的で至上目的だ。それは他の何にも変えられない。
He grinned lightly as he answered as if to make fun of me.
スポーツマンらしい返事だな。勝利こそ絶対。何にも変えられないってわけだ。
そんなのは当たり前だろ。どんな脅しにも買収にも勝利を放棄させるような対価は存在しない。
I was waiting for those words. After spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kamera's face.
ならば聞くべきじゃないのか？それほど尊い勝利を放棄させるに値する。どんな対価が提供されるのかを。
何をバカなことを。そんなもの存在するわけがない。
He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions.
君は雑誌のインタビューに好物は焼肉で嫌いなものは甘いものだと答えたらしいが、それは嘘じゃないのかい？
何？
例えば君が焼肉食い放題に行ったとする。君が皿に持ってくるのは一体何だ？ロースか？カルビか？牛タンの山か？違うよな。君が持ってくるのは肉じゃない。食い放題のプリンやゼリーやケーキなのだ。女の子が喜びそうな、綺麗で可愛らしくて愛くるしい、そんな洋菓子が大好きなんだよな。
Kamera's face turned early pale. Indeed. That sounds like it. You know what, Keiichi? I bet that he also frequents Angel Mort without anyone knowing, too. Look at him. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet. And we were well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kamera-kun couldn't probably have known that a particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. Ooh. Yeah, the Sonozakis, they have eyes everywhere. As if we're already established. I have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on.
違う。俺が好きなのは豪快な骨付きの。
違う。お前が好きなのは色とりどりのクリームで優しく可愛らしく盛り付けられたデザートなのだ。まるでフリルやリボンで飾り付けられた無垢な汚れを知らぬ少女を連想させる、そんな透き通った少女のような可愛いデザートを、ニキビだらけの欲望丸出しのスポーツ狩りが怪我するようにバリバリとむしゃむしゃと。うわー、言うなー。そうだ、お前はデザートを食べてめでているんじゃない。怪我し、蹂躙し、しゃぶり尽くしているだけ。お前はデザートを怪我して楽しんでいるだけなんだ。ギャー、もうダメだ。知られてしまった。俺の密かな楽しみがもう生きていけない。死ぬしかバカ野郎、命を粗末にするな。
Slam! I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Jesus Christ, Keiichi. Aren't you going a little too much here? Nah, probably not. Just beat his ass. Kamera-kun fell down like a girl. His eyes started watering, and he broke down.
こんな変なことを考えてデザートを食べているのはきっと世界で俺だけだ。俺は爽やかなスポーツマンのふりをした隠れスケベなんだ。
そうだ、お前はスケベだ。
Brah! This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down onto his shoulders.
わめくな亀だ。男がスケベで何が悪い。
Dun dun! That's right! We are part of one gene here, Kamera.
男はすべからくスケベだ。だがそれを認めるか否かで、男の器は天と地の差を持つのだ。
You got damn right.
お前は自分に素直だった。
Yes.
それを自慢していい。
Yes.
威張っていい。
Yes.
自分を誇りに思え。
Be proud! Instead of blaming, I told him to have a pride in himself. And Kamera-kun couldn't hide his confusion.
そうだ。そして俺はお前に感銘を受けたのだ。デザートはただ単に食後に食べる甘いもの。今までずっとそう思ってた。それは間違ってた。
You have inspired us!
お前がそれを教えてくれたんだ。お前に出会ったおかげで俺は明日から同じデザートを一味も二味も違った味わい方ができるようになるだろう。
And we have you to thank, Kameda-kun.
例えばいちごのショートケーキ。
Strawberry shortcake. Kamera's throat cried out.
いちごのショートケーキの地味さはそうだ。どこか古風なロックメーカー華やかなりし頃の正統派のメイドを思わせる。スカートが短いこびた近代メイドじゃないぞ。正統派の清掃の本格派。
Ooh.
いちごしかありません。こんなものしかご用意できませんが、どうかご賞味くださいませ。というつつましやかさがいいよな。ご賞味くださいませ。燃える。
Okay, can you not do that, Keiichi?
萌え
Like we don't need like examples of that.
いちごしかないからこそ柔らかく主張したクリームのデコレーションはさしずめ、フリルやレース、刺繍飾りのようなものだよな。それを上品な貴族のご主人様のようにフォークで切り分け、いやいや、それを下劣に油汗を浮かせた悪のご主人様のようにしゃぶりつくところがワイルドなのか。いや、それよりイチゴを取った後のくぼみの方がいけてるよな。そこに舌を這わせたら、ああ、それってどんな味なんだよ。
いちごを取った後のくぼみ。
俺もう辛抱できないや。帰りはエンジェルモートでショートケーキを開けるまで見つめて俺のためだけに美しく着飾った少女たちを
Yeah. Be careful this time. Otherwise you were gonna end up on the Shion route.
身を寄せ合って震える少女たちを一人ずつ順番に
Except I feel like this time Keiichi just goes to Angel Mort and he shows this side of him. Shion is gonna get even more scared to the point where she is gonna have nothing to do with Keiichi. And thus we save our skins.
一つ食べるごとに次はどの子にしようかと顎をこうふいと持って品定めをして
Please translate girls as cake. Alright? Keiichi continues to be talking about cake combination platters. Emphasis mine.
めでるように。
Yeah. I won't lie when I say that throughout this I've been thinking that maybe this is alluding to even more perverted stuff above cakes and such, but I didn't want to say anything.
顎をこう、ふいっと持って。
Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there has not. There has never been, I say. Such passionate feelings, trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kamera's mind.
亀田、もう一度だけ言う。 俺たちを勝たせろ。
でもそれは。
ならもういい。お前には頼まん。
I reject the comment outright and turn on my heel.
もういいや。この試合は負けだ負け。もうこんな試合どうでもいいや。そんなことより試合が終わったらエンジェルモートに行ってフリルとリボンで西洋人形のように飾られた美少女たち食い放題で行こうかな。今夜は豪快に徹底的に食い散らかしじゃい。
食い放題。
Todd. Despite this being the bathroom, Kameda-kun put both his hands on the floor.
俺が間違ってました。
どうした亀田君。言いたいことがあるならはっきりと言え。
Say it. Say it from the bottom of your heart, Kameda-kun.
こんなあなたみたいな人に出会ったのは初めてです。俺は今まで自分はどこか変じゃないかとずっと思って隠れて楽しんできたのに。
Well, not anymore. You have someone like Keiichi, who you can share the same passion.
何を躊躇するか歪償が。さっき言ったはずだ。認めるか否かが男の分岐路なのだ。貴様は胸を張れるべき男。さあ手を差し出せ。自らの偉大さを示してみろ。
Oh!
俺と一緒に俺たちの世界を認めるんだ。
Clap. Kameda-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most jealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls. Ardent and intense, tight, steadfast. For a long time, we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly as though he would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant before Mort was born. Okay. He would eventually write in his biography that our meeting this day was fate. But none of that had anything to do with this.
じゃあ後でな。とりあえず試合は今話した通りの手はずで頼むぜ。
It's just that. I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kameda-kun stopped.
待ってくれ。せめてあんたの名前を聞かせてくれ。
Oh. We are gonna tell you. We are surely gonna tell you.
俺か。俺の名は前原圭一。
You better carve it into your soul, kid!
いや。
Oh, I kinda didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name.
俺のことはケイと呼べ。
K.
K.
Wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? Oh. I seen your name being written as K1. K. Ichi. Ichi for one. I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I've heard later, apparently it looked quite gallant coming out like that.
サトコより圭一さんへ。守備はどうでございましたの？
圭一よりサトコへ。交渉は成功。エンジェルモートで俺と奴のデザート食い放題で妥結した。ミオ、問題ないな。
Christ, you know, I would think that is the sort of plan that Cage would come, but is this the trap that you told us, Satoko? You told us to do that?
エンジェルモートにデザート食べ放題で2席ね。了解。手配しとくよ。
どういう風に交渉したのか実に気がかりなのです。きっとデザートの美味しい話で盛り上がったに違いないかな。
Yeah, in a very say-so way. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of meal. But all the pieces were already in place. Vroom! The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up too. But doesn't Kameda-kun look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. I patted my shoulders with my bat, then sneered at him in a relaxed voice.
どうした亀田君、今日は不調かな？
Oh. Oh, hey, okay.
この程度の球じゃ笑っちゃってバットを振る気にもならないぜ。
This is a surprise, okay. So finally we're getting like a Kameda-kun sprite like after all that talking with him in the bathroom. Now we get one.
おのれ
Vroom! The next pitch. With the same incredible speed as before, it curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Ariakey didn't move at all. He just watched coolly.
直球投手に小細工は不要だよ、亀田君。こんなカーブに引っかかってくれるのかい？この辺りのバッターは。
Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was stranger. Was Oshima's Kameda, the pitcher who conquered Koshia, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball! I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it.
どうした亀田君、そんなにど真ん中が怖いのかい？まさか天下の亀田君がフォアボールなんてことはないだろうな。
くそー
Murmur. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters.
何者だよ、あの前原圭一って男は。あの剛速球を前にしてここまでの余裕とは。
叶わないと見て空威張りをしてるだけさ。あんな不真面目そうな男にあの亀田が打たれるはずはない。
いや、私ははったりとは思えないな。超一流は同じく超一流を見抜くという。あの亀田は紛れもなく超一流。ならばこそあの謎の男の進化を見抜けるのだ。
A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. This must be like a super veteran of baseball, isn't he? He knows his stuff.
まさか本当に？
The guy that took his sunglasses off. The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with a golf club was actually a genius?
きっと本人はもう野球に魅力を失い、ゴルフへの転向を希望しているのだろう。天才スラッガー、ゴルフ界へ移籍か。
What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're cheating up our sports columns. Vroom.
ボール。これでフルカウントだぞ。
This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Sato. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kameda-kun. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have to have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kameda-kun to lose, but...
サトコ、これどう見てもやりすぎだぞ。
頑張れてございましたよ、ケイチさん。明日の休会はいただきですわ。
I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now.
Ball!
Yeah, I guess. Fake it till you make it, Keiichi. Come on.
フォアボール臆したか亀田君見損なったぞ
Kamina-kun hung his head in feigned dejection.
ケイさん、これでバッチリ筋書き通りですよね。
ああ、でかしたぞ亀田君この調子で次のバッターも頼むぞこんな試合とっとと終わらせて
早く食べ放題に行きましょうよ。
We're gonna be best of friends here. Keiichi made like a new friend. Grin. Kamina-kun and I exchange evil smiles. Like, you got me, you got Keiichi, we got our little boys, Tomura and Tomita, sorry. Why do I keep saying like Tomura? Tomita and Okumura. Maybe because of Okumura, it makes me think that it's Tomura, but no, it's Tomita. Tomita and Okumura. And then we have Kameda right over here. Our boy club. It keeps increasing. Seems like our deal journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview.
前原君、この亀田君との決着は甲子園でつけるつもりですか?
You damn right. Things seemed like they were about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball.
甲子園俺は日本球界なんて初めから興味ないんだ悪いな
This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the road. He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. Baseball? This is like making omelette. It's that easy for him. He doesn't even recognize it as a sport. He recognizes it as similar to breeding. It's that easy. What? Or something like that, I guess. The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation.
よっしゃ、作戦通りケイちゃんが出塁したね。
次はさとこちゃんの打順だね。どうするんだろう。さあ、でっかいホームランでサヨナラ勝ちですわよ。
Sato stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. Alright. And do your best, sweetie. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter. Maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Maibara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kameda-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maibara.
さあ、亀田さん、いらっしゃいませ。
バカにするな。俺を誰だと思っているんだ？ケイさん。いや、前原さんならともかく、お前ごときに遅れなど取るものか。
Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kameda-kun holds back, I don't think she'd be able to hit a home run. Are you telling me that Satoko was holding back her power? Her true power? Oh my. Get ready, folks. We're gonna be witnessing history here, Satoko. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko. She swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? Uh-oh. Vroom! She swung after the sound had ended, completely mystifying it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has stuck out. Even if worst came to worst, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kameda-kun said this.
お前ごときに本気で投げても仕方がないな。チャンスだ。 次の1球は下投げでのんびり投げてやる。一発くらいヒットを打ってお母ちゃんに自慢できる種にさせてやる。
Of course, these lines were all part of the plot too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kameda-kun gives me a look. Was that all right?
ああ、いい感じだぞ。実にさりげない。亀田、お主も演技派よの。
いえいえ、計算ほどではとてもでへへへ。
Okay. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters.
でも計算、いくら手を抜いて投げてもこの子本当に打てるんですかね。
いいからお前は決められた通りに投げろ。俺にはなんとなくわかってる。
Our exchange over, Kameda-kun moved from a set position into a pitching stance.
さあ、手加減の球を投げなさいな。
Look at her.
大ホームランにして差し上げますわ。
She has struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. And out of Kameda-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out the whole time. And so when people started to think of it, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Kameda-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which meant, in other words, that Satoko... Crack! There you go. Look at it go. Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
走る必要もありませんわね。
The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight. And then, roars of applause! Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base.
ほらほら、何をしてますの、ケイイチさん。二塁は向こうでございますのよ。
サトコ、お前、野球、得意なんだろ。
Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Okay. I see something right over here when it comes to Satoko. We see this moment in a jokey way, but also the way I see it... Well, remember, Satoshi... He was using a metal bat. He was doing baseball before he disappeared. And Satoko seemed to have... seemed to be pretty good at baseball, judging by that hit right over there. That she was pretending to be a sucky player, just so that she would have this moment to show off that she can actually hit a ball. It could very well be possible that before Satoshi disappeared, both Satoko and Satoshi played baseball together. Well, not in teams and such, but you know, something along the lines of how Satoshi was practicing by himself somewhere, and Satoko was there to play with Satoshi / train with him. And through that, of course, Satoko is gonna pick up some stuff when it comes to baseball as well, to the point where she could hit as well. So yeah, it could very well be possible that Satoko is also pretty good at baseball, but because of Satoshi before. So yeah, that would be pretty interesting. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant that she was by no means bad at it.
それを全て大振りの凡退だ。しかも亀田くんが登場する前からだろ。たく、つくづく最後の最後に何か仕掛けるやつだな。
いつも言ってましたよ。罠は一つ。 それも最後の最後で本当にさりげないぐらいで十分なんでしたよ。
Damn it. That sounded kinda cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. Proud of my little baby here. She's a baby. Oh my god. You know, I noticed that I've been very... it has become even more often that I use like babyish language with Rika and Satoko here. Do you guys know this VTuber called Alicia on YouTube? Alicia X Life / Alicia X Dev. She is a VTuber that does reaction videos and such, and I do watch her from time to time. Like, for example, like One Piece reactions and My Hero Academia reactions. And she... and I'm like her. When I see like cute, baby-ish characters, like I tend to go that way. Like, she's a baby, she's adorable. Oh my god.
The baby's wearing little Ugg boots and a little dress with a little bag of flowers on it. It's your baby. Look at this baby. It's your baby. Oh, she's holding on to his jacket because she's a bean. I'm gonna start crying. I love babies and she's so cute.
Like, except she's even more extreme than me. Yeah, okay. We crossed home plate in order, me and Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. Maibara-san, that was amazing! Totally cool! I never thought it would happen. Tomita-kun and Kumura-kun praised me.
どうだ見たかよ富田君岡村君見事ひっくり返してやったぜ
レナもかっこよかったと思うよ。
なんのこんなの軽い仕事だぜ
I briskly clapped my hand against Rena's outstretched palm.
サトコもあっぱれ。最後は豪快に決めてくれたね。
私を誰だとお思いですの？
Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo.
ケイちゃんも見事だったよ。よくあの亀田を口説き落とせたね。
口先の魔術師なのです。
リカちゃんそれ褒め言葉じゃないと思うな。
しかし本当に圭一さんでなくてはできない荒技ですわね。私にはとても真似できませんわ。ぜひ今度私にもご教授いただきたいですわね。
あんな荒技をサトコがこなしたら想像するのも恐ろしい。くれぐれも真似はしないでくれよな。
After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us.
いや、まさか本当に勝てるとは。驚きましたよ。
サトコなら打てるって言ったでしょ。全然信じてくれないんだからな。
The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly.
それに圭一くんだってすごかったでしょ。圭一くんってここ一番で本当に頼りになる人なんですよ。
いやー、ゴルフクラブで乱入してきた時は本当に大丈夫かと思いましたけど、あの亀田くんとの行き詰まる攻防は手に汗を握りましたよ。
Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would ever realize that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kamada-kun and I were thinking about our evil, dessert-violating ways. I swear, Ryukishi has such a way with words, sometimes.
さて監督、約束ちゃんと覚えてるよね。
I do wish to be like him one day.
これは仕方がありませんね。
Yeah, join us.
やったねやったね。ケイチくん、これで明日はバーベキュー大会だよ。
Bet. Rena clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too.
なんだバーベキュー大会？おいおい、一体どういう話になってるんだ？
今日の試合に勝てたら高級お肉いっぱいのバーベキュー大会を振る舞ってくださるって約束になってましたの。
Lovely.
亀田さんの登場で一時は危うかったですが、ケイチさんの活躍で見事獲得できましたのよ。
I see. So that's what this was about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost.
入江は大散財でかわいそなのです。
Oh.
参ったな。でも約束ですからね。
私たちは食うときは情け容赦なく食うからね。何しろ育ち盛りだし。はっはっはっはっは。いいかいみんな、明日は徹底的に食いまくるよ。
Like kings! Hey! All the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling playfully at the off-kilter remarks. Oh, the wallet. Il portafolio. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big.
参ったな。でも仕方ないね。約束ですから。お肉とかを買いにお買い物に行かないとな。
監督、約束通り牛肉は高級なのお願いね。野菜ばっかり買って安上がりにしたら許さないからね。
The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire. He was actually our team's coach.
前原くんでよかったですか？お名前。
Yeah, sure thing.
あ、はい。
前原くんの出塁がなければありえない逆転でした。ぜひ明日のバーベキューにはいらしてください。
We wouldn't miss it for the world.
いやいや、それよりもぜひうちのチームに入りませんか？あなたとなら喧嘩を制覇できるかも。
Shall we continue down this road? Maybe it is truly gonna become true. We're gonna become like pro baseball players, like after the Watanagashi festival. Let's see. Maybe this time we're gonna survive. Oh, maybe this time we're gonna survive, quote unquote. Nah, we're not gonna survive this year.
監督、まあその話は置いといて。
I mean, technically speaking, we have survived in the second chapter, but not for long.
今はお財布の心配だけをなさいませ。
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh?
よろしくお願いしますね。ひなみざわファイターズ監督の入江ですよ。
Alright then, Irie. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply.
前原です。よろしく。
Noby Grand. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly.
すべすべなお手手ですね。きめも細かいし、お手入れも実にいい感じです。はあ、さわさわ。
はあ？ちょっと。
当家のメイドたちにもこれくらいの肌のお手入れはするよう厳命しなくてはいけないですね。
I do miss my skin. My soft, smooth skin.
お手入れの悪いメイドたちにはお仕置きお仕置き。
メイド
No? Wait, hold on. I wasn't paying attention there. Instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin. Accept it, Keiji. Accept it. it may be weird what is happening right over here, but hey, we may be onto something right over here.
何の話をしてるんですか
We may become kings here.
はあ、こんなすべすべな手でご奉仕ご奉仕。はあ。
Okay, now you just made it mad. Even with maids, I think that we should back off. The coach's eyes were spellbound, and his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe. He made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy?
監督はちょっと変わってる人なの。でもとっても面白い人なんだよ。
I feel like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap! The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason.
ほら、いい加減になさいませ。ケイジさんも嫌がっておりましたよ。
はあ、すべすべ。
The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a 3-4 wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. Alright there, Kira. Just back off. Just calm yourself. We're going into the advanced level right over here. New Horizons. Alright. Is he... Nah... Keiichi will surely have noticed this Irie guy. But then again, he is part of the... Like, he's the coach of the Hinamizawa fighters team. I feel like Keiichi should have seen him by now if he lives around here. I mean, this is a small school. Small... I guess. It was a peaceful lunch break. Thought clatter splash. Yeah, as peaceful as it can get with our group.
なんだ
今廊下からすごいのが聞こえた。
なんだろう We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head.
監督、大丈夫？
いやー、やられましたね。皆さん、こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. Coach greets us, cool and calm.
どうしたんですか監督。学校に来るなんて珍しい。
Yeah, I guess he doesn't come to school. Like, that's what I was thinking before.
いやー、お仕事の絡みでして。私、毎週学校には来てるんですよ。ここしばらくは何事もなかったので、すっかり油断してました。
Once a week, as part of his job. I mean, okay. We shall remind ourselves that Keiichi just recently came to so I guess it makes sense that he didn't get to see Irie around here. That's because he doesn't come often to school.
さとこちゃんの罠は忘れた頃に来ますからね。
I mean, as far as I'm aware, Chie is like the only teacher that we see around here. And we also have like the director.
大丈夫ですか、服？
いえいえ、ちょうど行水がしたいと思ってたところですからね。実に涼しくていいですよ。
さすが監督、ちょっとやそっとのことでは怒らない。その辺が大人って感じだよね。
She was right. If I were a coach, I would have started running around with the bucket still on my head, looking for her. True. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable.
いいですか、前原さん。こういうのは考え方一つで腹立たしくも愉快にもなるんです。要は受け止め方一つなんですよ。
水バケツを丸ごと食らってそれだけクールにいられる秘訣があるならぜひご教授を願いたいです。
例えば明治から続く古式ゆかしい旧家があるとします。
No, what? Traditional family dating back to the Meiji era? What an interesting example you are offering us.
そこには大勢の使用人としてメイドさんが雇われているとします。
Okay, this guy has a maid fetish at this point. That's the second time that that he's talking about maids. I mean, that's cool.
もちろん大きな家ですから、ベテランのおつぼね様と化したメイド長から新米のピチピチしたメイドさんまでがたくさんいるのです。ほら、想像できますか？ほら。ほら。
A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach, adorned with frills and headbands, with coach at their center, began to spread out before me.
新米メイドたちはそのピチピチさと初々しさでご主人様の寵愛を一身に。でもそれが先輩メイドたちには許せないのです。ことあるごとに難癖をつけ、いじめていじめていじめ抜いて。ほら、まだこんなに埃が残っていますよ。ああ、すみません。もう一度やり直し。バシャー！バケツを逆さにぶっかけられるメイドさん。びしょ濡れのメイドさんが泣きそうになりながらそれでもけなげに、はあはあ、メイド
なんだか知んないけど楽しそう。
I swear to God, if Rika and Satoko were to be dressed as little maids as well, both Rena and Irie are gonna explode.
レナもメイドさんいいな。
ああ、もうレナまで感化されてきた。ほら、ケイちゃんもいつまでも監督の世界に浸っていない。
これさえなければ監督も決して悪い人じゃありませんのに。
ん？北条聡子さん発見。聡子さん、これは何ざます？まだ埃が残ってるざますよ。
Satoko, run, run. Otherwise, he is gonna catch you and he's gonna dress you up in maid outfit. No.
お仕置きざます
にゃにゃ
Coach plucked Satoko up and started giving her a spanking. Oh god.
さとこちゃんかいい。
天才的な読みでトラップを操るサトコがどうしてこの顛末までは読めないのか実に不思議だぞ。
そうかな。これはさとこちゃんの望んだ結末だと思うな。
この結末をサトコが望んだ？それはどういう意味だよ。
人にこういういたずらをしたら絶対に相手は怒って追いかけてくるよね。そういうのもコミュニケーションだと思わない？
そんなコミュニケーションすごく嫌だぞ。普通に挨拶から入ってこんにちはってことにはならんのか。
Oh my god. Don't make me think of this character description that I have in mind as well. Like a new idea about Satoko's past. Something along the lines of how, like, it could be possible that the Satoko's parents were really neglectful of Satoko and Satoshi. So, in order for Satoko to grab the attention of her parents, the traps are the way to go. God, I didn't... Wasn't there... I feel like... I think Maria in Mireko did that to Rosa. I don't think it's something that was often depicted. But... There is a character that did the same thing in the past, but it doesn't cross my mind, but... Oh god, don't tell me that that's the case for Satoko. Like, the reason why she's so... like, she loves making traps is to grab the attention of the people that she loves. Even though in Satoko's past, in that case, the parents were so neglectful, or worst case scenario, they were really mad at Satoko, and each time Satoko would get punished by her parents in bad ways. But to Satoko, that's one of those happy moments because, well, at least it is only during those times she finally gets some attention from her parents. In a bad way, that is, but at least there's some attention in her eyes. I hope that's not the case.
あれ？ケイチ君聞いたことない？いたずらばかりしてる人ってね、人に構ってもらいたくて仕方がない寂しがり屋さんなんだって。
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say here. Rena gave a cool smile and, laughing abruptly, explained.
だから、さとこちゃんの罠にかかったら、ちゃんと怒ったり笑ったりして、さとこちゃんを追いかけてほしいの。
Well, I mean, Iri is not getting mad at Satoko, yet she's getting plenty of attention from him in this weird situation, so I think that's good too.
そういう猫の甘え髪みたいなの、可愛いと思わないかな。
I mean, you know, just imagine this situation in the future. I mean, who knows? Keiichi, he was very, very distant in the first chapter because of how the girls kept all these secrets away from Keiichi. Not only because of the whole demon spiel and all that, but also because Keiichi thought of them as friends. And the fact that the girls kept all these secrets away from him meant that, well, Keiichi was gonna get hurt, so he kept his distance. What if the same thing would happen in this, where Keiichi would find some stuff and Satoko is keeping secrets away from Keiichi to the point where Keiichi would be so, like, disappointed or, like, irritated that when Satoko tries to do a trap on Keiichi, Keiichi is not gonna react. That's gonna be a sad moment for Satoko. Yeah.
ここで驚いて飛びのきますわ。だからここに仕掛ければ絶対にかかりますの。
Satoko, regaling us with her trap philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. If Rena was right, and her traps are to get people to pay attention to her, then all these traps on his mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. Yeah, alone with Rika-chan, setting up trap after trap after trap in the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. I mean, yeah, there's also that. like what I said before about the parents. But let's think about it like after Satoshi's disappearance and, you know, the mother's death and all that. Satoko basically became lonelier by that point. Like, even if she has Rika, they would feel lonely. So that would accentuate the need to make more traps after that. I mean, now, she was, you know, of course they were friends with Mion and Rena even before this. Rena is a newer addition, and so does Keiichi. But it still doesn't change the fact that sometimes Satoko would feel lonely, so she would do those kinds of traps even more so after her entire family died. Without doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satoko, separated for so long from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. But all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Satoko really felt. Like, imagine... Wow, I'm feeling very imaginative today, it seems. Like, I have like 2 new ideas right over here. One would be... Like, imagine if Satoshi was also... Like Satoshi was also enjoying making traps. And creating traps with Satoshi, that's something that Satoko really enjoyed. Like, that would be one, if that's the case. And 2, imagine if, like, Satoko used to make traps for when Satoshi would come back home from whatever, from school or whatever place. Satoshi would come back home and Satoko would be waiting with dying breath for Satoshi to fall into her trap. And what is happening right here would be the equivalent of how Satoko keeps making traps like over and over, with the hope that one day Satoshi would come back in similar fashion to fall into one of her traps. Like, whenever she makes one of these traps in the mountains, in the forest, she would think that maybe one day Satoshi would fall in one of them, which would make like the happiness of him coming back home even stronger. Like, imagine that.
あ、ごめん。なんだって？
このように木の幹に釘を1本打ち付けただけでも立派なトラップになるんですのよ。ちょうどあそこで転げてここに額を打ち付ければ痛いですわよ。
釘の頭に人間トンカチってわけか。それは痛そうだな。
このトラップはきっと悪い悪人を懲らしめる強力なトラップになりますわよ。どんな悪党がかかるか楽しみでございますわね。
そこでなんで俺をチラチラ見るんだよ。俺にこれに引っかかってほしいと思ってんのか？さすがにこれは大怪我するぞ。このトラップはちょっとやめとけ。
そうですの？まあ確かに愛がないトラップはダメでございますからね。
Without love, traps cannot be seen.
では、その悪党もちゃんと改心したらかからないように少し釘の位置を。
In more ways than one. Satoko immersed herself in adjusting the nail's position. Traps of love, huh? Do I need explaining what I was just saying over here? Nah, you guys are smart. You can probably guess what I was referring to when it comes to more ways than one. When it comes to traps specifically, there's the physical type of trap and there's the other kind of trap. Maybe Coach was right. Like, literal and figuratively, that's what I was trying to say here. Just by reacting a little differently. everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe you can feel humor and warmth even when Satoko's traps get you.
できましたよ。この絶妙な位置でしたら完璧ですわ。いかがです、ケイチさん？
I mean, my god. Like, if I'm to think about what I just said previously about Satoshi falling into traps, the fact that Keiichi falls into the traps, possibly in similar fashion to Satoshi in the past, would create like even more parallel between the two in Satoko's eyes.
お、完璧だな。
Like even more of a
こ
resemblance.
のトラップに引っかかる悪党が現れるといいな。
現れない方がいいに決まってますわ。
And it looked a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. That's lovely.